Oh God, from one foolish action to another. Hi everyone, my name is Michelle and thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you could, please leave the video a like before exiting and please consider subbing. Today we'll be watching the 5th episode of Game of Thrones. Welcome back everyone. We're getting into the 5th episode and I want to make this, short and sweet. Last episode we left off with Dany, she finally just snaps, good for her, and smacks the bleep. I bleep myself. The bleep out of Viserys, deservedly so. I understand his hardships, but it's like she's in there with it. Like she's with you in this. No, she doesn't bear the same responsibilities that he did while they were on the run, but I think he does just take his frustrations out on her. That doesn't make it right, doesn't make it justifiable, but she's just as justified for slapping back and sticking up for yourself. So you're proud to see that growth, though it is heartbreaking. She feels guilty about hitting him after, and then that realization, damn, we are never going home. And then the episode did leave off with Catelyn taking Tyrion. Big mistake. I still wonder why she did that, considering everything we know about Tywin. Tywin is just, she says it herself to Rob. The man is ruthless. I know the showrunners for the Game of Thrones said he isn't sadistic. I think he has it in him to be sadistic. I think his behavior towards Tyrion does denote sadistic qualities. Everything he did to Tyrion as a child, there is a bit of just the fact that he doesn't even like to see Tyrion happy and wants him miserable. I don't think. I think there's if Tywin stopped at a certain level, in his punishments or his retributions, I understand you want to send a message to not mess with you, but there is a line, and I think Tywin does unfortunately sometimes cross it, particularly when it comes to Tyrion, that I'm I do think there is a bit of a sadistic quality towards Tywin. Just it's not towards everyone, it's towards people who he specifically hates, and you don't hate no one more than Tyrion. And let's see, we also have Jon up at the Night's Watch. He defends our new little Sam Tarly, who's joined his father, and I do think Sir Alistair does have a valid point when he's like, you're all boys, you don't know what cold is. And I still don't think the show really got into just how dire or desperate the fight for the long night or the fight for the dawn will most likely be. George, please hurry up with the winds of winter. I hate to rush you, but it's been a long time. But I actually don't mind that he's taking that long. I do and I don't, because when you read it, it's just, this book is, his storytelling is so detailed that you would imagine the further along you get, the more how can I put, the more it just gets even heavier in terms of having to not parallel but go back and keep everything in terms of continuity straight. And I know he says people refer to the Myronese knot, that he kind of backed himself into a corner and killed a character off that he probably feels like he shouldn't have killed off. That probably would have helped Dany get out of Essos. At least I think this is the character, because he did speak, I forgot what Arthur he spoke to, but he did say, have you ever felt like you killed off a character that you kind of needed? I do think a character he may have killed off is in Essos. That probably could have expedited getting Dany out of there and to Westeros. But that's just my little tinfoil theory on why the Winds of Winter is taking too long. Not too long, but longer than expected. Granted, I do think just the grandiosity of the book is what's slowing him down. Anyways, I think I've rambled on enough. Yeah, it's 8:30, so I'm gonna wrap this up because I only have a limited time to get this done. So grab a drink, grab a snack, whatever it is you like to do when you watch your favorite reactions. Just get comfortable and let's get to. Oh, God, Robert.
It's made too small, Your Grace. It won't go.
Your mother was a dumb whore with a fat ass. Did you know that?
Oh, my God, Lancel. Oh, Lancel ain't do nothing.
You're too fat for your armor.
Fat, is it? Is that how you speak to your king?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
You've no business jousting. Leave that for the young men.
Why, because I'm king? Piss on that. I want to hit somebody.
And who's going to hit your bike? And not a man in the Seven Kingdoms would risk hurting you.
You're telling me those cowards would let me win?
Aye.
Absolutely. They're your king, Robert. No one wants to take that risk. I don't think Robert would do anything, though. I do think it's very dangerous, given how drunkard and fat he is now, that, you know, someone who's plotting to take the throne, Lannisters, would definitely find a way to off him in a joust. He's like, right on, don't stare too long, Loras. God, they got a horse in heat. I mean, it's clever.
Don't let Sir Gregor hurt him.
How's he supposed to do that? Oh, God. Oh, my God. I'm not ready for this scene. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. This crazy ass man. I think the mountain was just born stupid. Oh, my God. This man was just born violent. Ooh. The hound said absolutely not. He's like, I'll take any chance I get to square up with you.
This madness in the name of your...
Oh. The hound listened so swiftly.
Let him go!
Yeah, because who's going to stop him? One of Catelyn's mistakes.
Remove his hood.
And there are quite a few. I would say not many, but the few mistakes she does make, they're so catastrophic. And she doesn't make many.
King's Road, you said we were riding for Winterfell.
I did.
You should have went to Winterfell.
Very well. Word's probably gotten to my father by now.
Exactly.
He'll be offering a handsome reward. Everyone knows a Lannister always pays his debts.
Oh, Bronn's loving that. Mm-hmm.
Tell me, Lady Stark, when was the last time you saw your sister?
5 years ago.
She's changed. She was always a bit touched, but now... Neither am I. I had nothing to do with the attempt on your son's life.
The dagger found...
What sort of imbecile arms an assassin with his own blade?
Thank you.
Starting to make sense.
Oh, God. These Wally's came... Well, Wally's. Hill's Chinaman came out of nowhere.
Untie me. If I die, what's the point?
Yeah, if he dies, Tywin's coming after you. Not that he cares about Tyrion, but that is a Lannister. Yeah! Tyrion's like, I might be small, but I'm mighty.
You need a woman. Nothing like a woman after a fight.
I'm willing if she is.
God.
If the wrong ears heard what I'm about to tell you, off comes my head. And who would mourn poor Varys then? North
No
or
one.
south, they sing no songs for spiders.
Well, it's me.
But you are the king's hand, and the king is a fool. Your friend, I know, but a fool, and doomed unless you save him. There are few men of honor in the capital. You are one of them.
So doomed as the king face.
The same sort as John Arryn. Lord Arryn
I
is a
do believe
kind and
Varys didn't know
trusting
who killed John
man. There
Arryn.
was one.
Why kill him?
He started asking questions.
And you have the answers, and you can tell them, but no one's telling that. It's like they just want to see this man run around looking like a fool.
But enough about me. How have you been since we last saw each other?
Since you last saw me, or since I last saw you?
Now, the last time I saw you, you were talking to the hand of the king.
But you know something? I do believe that I have seen you even more recently than you have seen me.
Have you?
Saw you escorting a certain foreign dignitary? Council business? Your
That was
family
clear.
yourself.
A man like Varys would have a better
We're
poker
friends,
face.
aren't we?
He gave that up
Varys?
very easily in terms of his shock.
What are you two conspiring about? Well, whatever it is, you'd best hurry up. My brother is coming.
Disturbing news from far away. Hadn't you heard?
Oh man, to think we never got another showdown between Littlefinger and Varys, our little chess masters of the. I'd say the entire story.
You want your father, boy? He's lying on the floor of some tavern.
Not a boy, I'm Arya Stark of Winterfell. And if you lay a hand on me, my father will have both your heads on spikes. Now, are you going to let me by, or do I need to smack you on the ear to help with your hearing?
I love her so much.
You promised me this would stop.
They said they were going to kill you. I didn't see them, but I think one was fat.
Oh, Arya.
I'm not lying. They said you found the bastard, and the wolves are fighting the
Gendry. Oh, Yoren.
Your name, friend?
Yoren, if it please.
Can you imagine if he actually did take him to the wall and he would have been there with Jon?
Best said in private, my lord.
Go on. We'll talk more later.
I take a bath and run around in sewage.
Come along, Millie. You heard your father.
Oh, little Arya. Oh, she's so scared for him. Her fears were not unfounded.
She's taking the imp.
Catelyn, why? I mean, I know why. Like, you always know why. Like, you understand, but just because you understand doesn't make it any less frustrating. Oh God, this trek up the damn mountain.
To whom do I speak?
Sir Varys Egan, Knight of the Vale.
He is my prisoner.
He doesn't look like a prisoner.
My sister will decide what he looks like.
Yes, my lady. She will at that.
The whore is pregnant.
That
You're speaking of murdering a child.
I warned you this would happen back in the north. I warned you, but you didn't care to hear. I want them both dead.
You'll dishonor yourself forever if you do this.
Honor? I've got 7 kingdoms to rule. 1 king, 7 kingdoms.
And yet you don't do anything.
Do you think it's honor that's keeping the peace? It's
all of this
fear,
is so hypocritical.
Fear and blood.
And we're no
none
better
of
than the
this
Mad King.
Careful,
actually makes sense because he doesn't rule. He doesn't do anything. This is literally just his hatred. This right here is exactly why he doesn't tell him about Jon.
Jorah Mormont's a slaver, not a traitor. Small difference, I know, to an honorable man.
He broke the law, betrayed his family, fled our land.
He is a traitor.
A Targaryen at the head of a Dothraki army. What then?
The narrow sea still lies between us.
Do nothing. That's
You
your
should know that.
Wise advice. Do nothing till our enemies are on our shores.
Robert, you do nothing
You're my
already.
counsel.
What an incredible actor.
When you find yourself in bed with an ugly woman, best close your eyes. Get it over
Of
with.
course, Littlefinger.
Cut her throat. Be done with it.
To think he died with a cutthroat.
I followed
Catelyn
you into
too.
war. Twice. Without doubts. But I will not follow you now. The Robert I grew up with didn't tremble at the shadow of an unborn child.
She dies.
What words?
I will have no part in it.
And you know, it's funny. Catelyn was afraid. That's why she didn't. That's why she pushed Ned to become king, the hand to King Robert. Because she's like, what would happen if you refuse him? He's like, he'll just yell.
Go.
And that's exactly what he did.
To Winterfell.
Lord Baelish is here for you.
You should have kept going.
His Grace
Oh
went
my
on
God.
graduate summer. Still here come nightfall. I'll take you to see the last person John Arryn spoke with before falling ill. If that
You
sort
should
of
have
thing still
gone,
interests
Ned. No, Ned, you should have left. You should have just left there.
Round up all the men we have and station them outside the girls' chambers.
Without permission.
Oh,
You
God.
pollute my home with these presents.
From one foolish action to another.
Your aunt has done a bad thing, Robin, a very bad thing.
This is so weird.
Isn't
Yeah.
it beautiful? And
You
strong too.
see how crazy?
John knew it. His last words were the seed of
Tyrion's
strong.
face.
Is that the bad man?
It is.
Tyrion's face. I can't get over it.
Father,
He's like
he
he can't
murdered the hand
compute
of
what
the
he's
king.
seeing.
Did I kill him too? I've been a very busy man.
You will watch your tongue.
To me, my brother Jaime will see that they do.
You can't hurt us! No one can hurt us yet! Tell him, Mummy! Tell him!
Can you imagine if Jaime and Lysa really did marry? Oh, God. Yeah, I get Cersei, why Cersei did what she did.
This man is my prisoner. I will not have him harmed.
You go sneak talk now. Sneak good.
I feel so bad for Tyrion. Tyrion's like, what the hell, man? I was just trying to ride back in peace, get some sleep, some food, some whores. Nope. Kill me now. This is such a cool cell, but kill me now. Nope, nope, nope.
The Targaryen girl convinces her horse lord husband to invade. They won't be able to stop them.
We still outnumber them.
Which is the bigger number? 5 or 1? 5.
5 kings.
One army, a real army, united behind one leader with one purpose.
What was she like?
Never asked about her, not once.
What harm could Lyanna Stark's ghost do to either of us?
Why, now it's because she's plotting to kill you. You're about to go, Robert. You don't even realize you are out the door.
I can't even remember what she looked like. I only know she was the one thing I ever wanted, and 7 kingdoms couldn't fill the hole she left behind.
Was it ever possible for us? Was there ever a time, ever a moment?
No.
She's like, well, at least when I off you, there's no regrets. She's like, well, time to get Lancelo's favorite wine. Oh, no.
It's the hand of the king. I'm not sure what he is. Lord of somewhere very far away. I'm looking for my brother. You remember my brother, don't you, Lord Stark? Blonde hair, sharp tongue, short man.
He was taken at my command to answer for his crimes.
My lord!
And Jaime's like,
I bring the city.
Threaten my lord again.
As in, I'm going to open your lord from balls to brains and see what Starks are made of.
What a line! Oh, God! It was automatic. Ooh, see, right? I'll take it. Oh, Jory. Going after Jaime was a bad idea. Bad idea. Ooh, and that stare down. Oh, poor little Jory Cassell. Let's go! There was no need for that. I guess he felt like Jaime might have lost, but Jaime ain't losing to Ned. Yeah. Ooh, she's trembling.
My brother, Lord Stark. I want him back.
Oof. Where you at, Littlefinger? Bring the city watch. Oh my goodness. Well, that was episode 5. Oh my god. In the books, he doesn't get stabbed. It's more like they're all on horseback when this entire thing happens. And I believe Ned's horse lost his footing in the rain, and the horse like loses its balance. I think the horse just lost its balance in the mud and all the rain and rears back. I think that's what happened. Can't remember. It's been so long. And Ned falls from the horse, and it's his bone. His bone breaks, and I believe it protrudes. And that's what happens to Ned. But Jory does bite it. And this entire scene happens like at night around dusk. And is it dusk? No, I just think it's like, all I remember is Ned sees the Red Keep, and it's like dark and it's red, like the red background, and the Red Keep, it looks like a bloody sky and all that. It's just, I like both. I like seeing Ned and Jaime fight. I like seeing Ned fight since we don't really get a chance to see him fight. I like seeing him fight. Though I do think having the guards stab him, I guess, in fear that Jaime might lose the fight. I don't know. Maybe Ned was like surging with adrenaline because Joy was just killed. I guess that's what they're trying to say. But Jaime. Jamie ain't losing to Ned. I'm sorry. Especially Ned at this age. Like, I just don't see Ned winning against Jamie. I don't see it. But I do understand completely why they changed this scene. Because having doing this entire scene on horseback and having them go at it, that's just not conceivable. Like, for instance, the whole jousting area, like, if you watch House of Dragon, the jousting area just looks completely different than what we have now. And I don't know, maybe they're trying to say, like, the Target, because this was shortly after the Targaryens created the Red Keep and all that. Maybe the stonework, I don't know, the Targaryens, but no, the Targaryen, like, I don't know, I think they lost a lot of the secrets of Valyria and how to create their buildings by that point. I don't know, but clearly it's a budget thing as to why the jousting area where they have the tourney in House of the Dragons just looks massive in scale and beautiful versus, like, all we got are some dingy sticks and, like, wooden planks to sit on. Oh, so I completely understand that budget is really what's behind a lot of these differences, and I don't mind it. I think there's something authentic towards Ned and Jamie just going at it in the sand. And then I do get the whole setting the scene, the dark, the red in the sky, the rain, while Jamie confronts them over Catelyn taking Tyrion, which I think she does certainly regret touching him. There is a moment between Catelyn and Tyrion where they talk, and you know, she does tell Tyrion tells Catelyn, like, you know, where because she tells him where she learned the information about the dagger, and Tyrion's like, yeah, that ain't me. And secondly, Littlefinger, you're trusting Littlefinger, the man who goes around telling everybody he took your V card? Like, he's literally, people, like, Ned doesn't even know that people know, or at least think, that Catelyn lost her maidenhead to Littlefinger, another council member, because that's what Peter Baelish is telling everyone. And Tyrion's like, you're trusting that man? Like, did he take your maidenhead? Because if, you know, he did, then yeah, I can see why you're trusting him, because he's not lying about that. But if that is a lie, this man is literally dishonoring you and you're taking his word. And there's also another, like, you know, the whole Tyrion doesn't bet against his family. Like, he says it in the first episode, or is it the second episode? Second episode. He's like, you know, I love my family. And that's sort of like Tyrion's, like, shtick. Like, I don't bet against my family. I guess it's kind of like foreshadowing to when he does turn on his family. But yeah, Tyrion doesn't really bet against his family. And Ned is told that the dagger belonged to Tyrion and he lost it in a bet where he bet against Jamie. And then it's also like in this whole little tourney thing, Jamie participates and he loses, and I believe it's Renly, or was it Loras? I think it's Renly who says it's a shame that Tyrion isn't here, otherwise he would have lost a lot of money when Jamie lost. Because Tyrion always bets for Jamie. He always bets on his brother to win the fight. And Ned is like sitting, like they're all sitting, and he hears, you know, he's hearing everyone's bantering back and forth. Jamie goes up, and it's like Ned is just missing these little clues, these little hints. And they also got rid of Maya Stone, who is Robert's bastard daughter. She like helps Catelyn and Tyrion up the Catelyn and Tyrion up the up to the Eyrie to meet Catelyn. To meet Lysa. Sorry, my head's a little scattered right now. But yes, they go up to meet I did it again. They go up to meet Lysa, and Lord, she is just a bag of crazy. Just a bag of crazy. I know Catelyn regrets taking Tyrion. I know she does, because by the time she's up there, she knows I think she knows Littlefinger lied to her. She has to by this point. Like, this was a bad idea. But you know, I just feel like, is it too late for her to take it back? Like, taking Tyrion back? Yes. But is it too late for her to like reroute? I mean, yes, the Vale and Winterfell is far, but like, no, I feel like she would have been safe. But I mean, I don't know what other option Catelyn had at that point, because I do think she's regretting touching him by the time, like, I feel like the moment she and Tyrion have that conversation after the fight, that when the Hills tribesmen like ambush them and they talk, I feel like she knows this was a mistake. I feel like she knows Tyrion didn't hurt Bran, and I think Tyrion knows that. I don't know if he suspects Jaime and Cersei to have done it, but he knows Jaime, Cersei, and Joffrey are involved, because does Tyrion know Joffrey took Robert's dagger? I don't know if Tyrion knows. I can't remember, but by this point, Tyrion should know his family is involved 1000%, and he's catching flack for the bullshit they did. Typical for Tyrion. And now he's stuck in this damn sky cell under Lysa's crazy, like, he's under her thumb, and bravo for him for getting out. Like, it's like it's equal parts difficult to get out under the thumb of a crazy person as it is easy, because they're crazy. Like, they're crazy, so they may not be rational, so it's hard to get out from underneath their thumb. At the same time, they're crazy, so maybe they're stupid enough for you to find a way to like get out from under them. Thankfully, Tyrion is a very smart man. But man, oh man, Catelyn, and speaking of Bran is heartbreaking in this episode. Like, he just misses his mother, and how can you blame him? Like, he woke up without her, and I would imagine for a child, after everything he's been through and the revelation he doesn't have the use of his legs, all you want is your mother. I don't blame him for being like distraught, really, and angry. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that sadness, that confusion, it bled into anger very quickly, as we saw while he was laying in that bed. King of sass, essentially. But yeah, I just, you want your mother at that point, and she's gone. And do I think it was necessary for Catelyn to go? I mean, given everything that happened, no. I mean, they already knew she was coming. Varys already knew about the dagger. This was not information that, I mean, was there any possible way Catelyn could have known, that Varys would have known? No, there's no way she could have. But I mean, given the way everything turned out, it's like, damn, you should have just stayed in Winterfell. Because if you stay in Winterfell, do I think that information makes it to Ned? I do. But at least you're not pissing off Tywin. Like, she doesn't come across Tyrion to take. I mean, she kind of does, actually, because Tyrion does. No, I still stand by that. Yeah, she doesn't take. Yeah, she stays in Winterfell, so that entire scenario doesn't really happen, because Ned would have been out of there. There's no reason for Jaime to attack Ned, and he would have left, because the only reason he stays longer than he should have is because his ass gets stabbed and he's literally bedbound. And then King Robert he spends the entire episode going on and on about how we have to rule the kingdom and all that, and then this happens. This entire little Tyrion's like, your brother-in-law has been taken by your hand's wife. Your brother-in-law has attacked your hand, who's the warden of the north and lord of Winterfell, and you decide, well, I have a hunt scheduled, so end this and I'm gonna go hunt. And he spends this entire episode talking about ruling. Like, ruling what? You don't rule anything. You don't do anything. And he spends this entire episode I think what Renly said about while he was talking about killing Daenerys, the table rose inches. that really is it. Like, it's nothing more than that. It's just his hatred for Targaryens, and that's exactly why Ned, if it's true that he is Rhaegar's son, which I know, I listen, there are people out there who I feel like don't believe it, like it's a show only thing. I think it's pretty clear that he's Rhaegar's son even in the books. Anyways, he's not. I'm a full yes, he's Rhaegar's son and Lyanna's son. But that is exactly why he doesn't tell Robert shit about Jon. He doesn't trust him. Why would he? Given how he says, you know, they're like when they killed Rhaegar's children, he's like, they're dragon spawn, who cares? Who's to say he wouldn't feel the same about Jon just because he's Robert's kid? I mean, Ned's family, nephew, and Lyanna's child. Who the hell knows how Robert's gonna behave, because that hatred runs deep. And the only reason he seems to wake the hell up in this episode is because he wants war against the Targaryens. I think there's a part of him that just wants this son to grow up and so he can fight and kill another and pretend he's Rhaegar come again. I don't trust Robert when it comes to Targaryens. I don't blame Ned. I don't blame Ned for not telling anyone anything. Granted, I think other people know. Like, I don't see how Howland Reed would not know. I really do not see how Howland Reed would not know about Jon. I do feel like there are people who know. Granted, I think some of them might be dead by now, but like, I definitely feel, and I do wonder if Varys knows. I feel like Varys would know, right? Like, what I forgot the woman who was his, oh my god, what was his nurse, his milk, the woman who fed him, what was her name? Jon's wet nurse, Wyla. I believe he met her in, where did he pick her up? It wasn't Dorne, was it? I forgot where he got her. Anyways, wherever he got picked up Wyla from, yeah, her name was Wyla. She must have known what the hell happened to Wyla. I feel like, and not to mention, weren't people there to take care of her while she's giving birth? How the hell would Varys not? I feel like Varys would know. I just, given everything that Varys is able to get his hands on in terms of information, I just can't see how Jon being Rhaegar's son or Lyanna's son, Varys would know. I feel like people know. But either way, Ned did not trust his wife or his best friend with that information. That should tell you everything you need to know. And I know people are like, oh, he didn't tell anyone. I'm like, he had quite a few people he could have told and sworn to secrecy, but chose not to. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you all so much for sitting down and watching this with me. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.